Welcome to Pro Wrestling with Juice. Today I am giving you my WrestleMania predictions, and if you stay tuned till the very end, you're also going to get my 8-year-old son's predictions as to what he thinks is going to happen at WrestleMania. So let's get started. Alright, so I have no idea who's on what night of WrestleMania or any of that stuff, but I do have a list of the matches. I'm going to do them by what I think they're going to be on which night. So night one, Miz is the host. I think LA Knight is going to come out and interrupt him, telling him, no, it can't be the greatest WrestleMania without an LA Knight main event or an LA Knight match. I also think then the New Day is also going to come out and say that they are the greatest WrestleMania hosts of all time, not The Miz. And so then they will say, and LA Knight, you want a WrestleMania moment? Well, I just happened to see someone in the back who wants to give you your WrestleMania moment. And then The Miz says, oh, great, who is it? What celebrity? Blah, 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 blah. And the glass shatters, and Stone Cold Steve Austin comes out and says, if you want me to whoop LA Knight's ass, give me a hell yeah. And the crowd erupts with a hell yeah and all that good stuff. Anyways, it sets up a match on night 2 of WrestleMania, Stone Cold Steve Austin, LA Knight, in another street fight, just like last year. Or maybe not a street fight. I don't know. But yeah, so I think that's going to happen. One thing I'm not sure of is, does Bobby Lashley have an opponent right now? I've heard talks that it could be Brian Cage, could be Bray Wyatt, but with Bray Wyatt having his issues, he might not be there. So I don't know what's going on with that. Brian Cage would be cool. I know tonight, it's Friday, by the way, tonight should be his last night with AEW and Ring of Honor. So that would be really cool if Brian Cage showed up at WrestleMania to face Bobby Lashley. Austin Theory versus John Cena for the U.S. title match. I think it's a great match to kick off WrestleMania. I think Austin Theory's going to win, but I think he's going to win clean. And I think at the end of the match, John Cena's going to shake his hand. And then whether Austin Theory does some heel tactics or not, I don't think so. But he just appreciates the handshake and walks off. This will inspire Austin Theory to go and do a U.S. title challenge like John Cena did in the past to, again, further solidify himself as a amazing U.S. title champion. And I actually think we might see Braun Breaker debut on Raw, challenging for that title. Next up, I have Charlotte versus Rhea Ripley for the SmackDown Women's title. I think Rhea Ripley's going to win. I think she's going to be a dominant force in WWE this year. Next up, I've got Seth Rollins versus Logan Paul. I think Seth Rollins wins. Logan Paul, it's his last match under contract. I know he wants another contract, but I think you got to give it to Seth Rollins here. I think there's going to be some other moments in this that are for celebrities and stuff like that and legends. So I think Seth Rollins has to win this one. Speaking of legends, Damage Control versus Becky Lynch, Trish, and Lita. I think Becky Lynch, Trish, and Lita win. I think that you give the legends the moment. Maybe possibly a last hurrah, a last spotlight on WrestleMania. So that's what I think there. The next match I have here is Dominic versus Rey Mysterio Jr. I believe that Rey Mysterio Jr. is going to win. I think this, similar to the Austin Theory match, Dominic's going to try to play by the rules, do things the right way. And in the process, even though he loses, I think he earns his father's respect. His father hugs him. They embrace. There's tears, all this stuff. And then I think Dominic's going to turn on him again. So it's kind of like a bait and switch. And he just hits him, maybe rips his mask or takes his mask off, setting up a WrestleMania Backlash rematch between the two. Where, the winner keeps the mask. It's a good way to pass on the mask to Dominic. The men's showcase, it's 4 tag teams. It's Braun and Ricochet, the Street Profits, Alpha Academy, Viking Raiders. I go back and forth on this one. I want to see Braun and Ricochet break up. I think Street Profits are amazing. Alpha Academy, I'm not sure what's going on with Otis. I've seen him doing stuff with the male models. And I just like Viking Raiders, to be honest. But I think it's going to go to Raw. So I do think it's either going to be Braun and Ricochet. It could be Street Profits, Alpha Academy. I don't think it's the Viking Raiders. I think they're off of SmackDown. Or over on SmackDown. So I don't think it's going to be them. I'm going to give this one to Braun and Ricochet. With them possibly going on to feud for tag team titles in the future. And the main event of night one that I think it should be is Usos versus KO and Sami Zayn. KO and Sami Zayn should win, in my opinion. Give Sami Zayn that moment to cap off this nice face run he's had of just hot momentum. All right, night two, I think you're going to start off with Gunther versus Sheamus versus Drew McIntyre. In this match, I believe Gunther retains and Sheamus and Drew cost each other this match. I think Sheamus is going to eat the pinfall, and I think that the backlash that falls out of this is going to be Gunther versus Drew McIntyre since Drew wasn't pinned at WrestleMania Backlash. It is for the Intercontinental title. I think Gunther hangs on to it a little bit longer. The next match that I have here is Bianca versus Asuka for the Raw Women's title. You can't go wrong with this match. I think either one winning is fine. I'm going to assume that Asuka wins this. She's been looking really good, winning a lot of matches, looking strong. I expect her to beat Bianca Belair. And I think Asuka's going to win with the Mist. Next up is the Hell in a Cell match, Edge versus Finn Balor. I think Edge wins. I think we cap this feud off and they move on in their own direction. I do think Beth Phoenix is going to bring Rhea Ripley out. That's going to distract Finn Balor for Edge to win. However, I also think Gangrel is going to get involved. I think Christian is going to show up from AEW. I heard he's been cleared by AEW to be able to show up at WrestleMania. So I think you're going to have the Brood, and then I think they're going to get involved with Judgment Day here. Next up, Brock Lesnar versus Omos. Brock Lesnar wins. I don't think there's any way Omos wins. I think Omos is going to look stronger really quick early on. Brock Lesnar is going to turn the tides, start making a comeback. Once he starts making his comeback, MVP is going to get involved. Brock is going to F5 MVP, but it's just enough for Omos to start coming back. But then Brock Lesnar, once again, is going to catch Omos and put him down. So it's going to be a little bit of a back and forth. It's still going to be a very short match. I don't think this is like a 20-minute WrestleMania match. I think this is like a 10-minute match. And then I have here, since that's going to be a slower pace match, I have a feeling they then want to get the crowd going again. I think LA Knight comes out, Stone Cold comes out, there's the War of Words, and I think Stone Cold beats LA Knight in the ring, 1, 2, 3. Another nice Stone Cold moment. LA Knight gets a chance to work with one of the, in my opinion, the greatest wrestler of all time. Stone Cold was the biggest draw of all time when wrestling was at its peak. And so that's what I think. Roman Reigns versus Cody Rhodes in the main event for the WWE title and the Universal title. I love Cody Rhodes. So I'm looking forward to this match. I love Roman Reigns. I love what they've done with the Bloodline this year. I don't know anybody who doesn't like what's going on with that. It would be a really nice story if it capped off with Cody Rhodes winning. Who knows? Maybe Jay costs Roman the match. Maybe Sami Zayn and KO come out and fight off the Usos right after Jay, costs Roman the match or whatever. And then you end WrestleMania with Cody, Kevin Owens, Sami Zayn holding their titles up in the center of the ring to close out WrestleMania. It would be the ultimate feel-good moment. You could even have Cody do the crying thing like he did when he won the NWA title. I do think it's going to be emotional. I think Cody obviously has his wife there, his daughter there, his mom there. So who knows? Maybe they get involved in the celebration somehow. Maybe something like that. So either way, I'm looking forward to that. Really, for me, the big question is, does Bobby Lashley face Brian Cage? Now, I don't know where this would be in the match. If he faces Brian Cage, do you give Bobby Lashley the win, or do you let the new guy come in and build up instant momentum? I don't know. I don't think there's going to... I don't think it's going to be Bobby... I do not think it's going to be Brian Cage who shows up, though. I don't know who it's going to be. Maybe it's an NXT talent. That would be cool. But I do think Bobby Lashley's going to be on the show. I do think Bobby Lashley's going to win whoever he faces. So those are my thoughts. And now for the moment you've been waiting for, my son's WrestleMania predictions. Enjoy. All right, Caleb, I am going to ask you for your WrestleMania Hollywood predictions. First off, I'm going to let you know The Miz is the host of this year's WrestleMania. So with that, do you think The Miz is going to get involved in anything? Not necessarily in any of the specific matches, but do you think, there's been rumors, for example, that LA Knight might have a run-in with him. There's been rumors that maybe The Miz plays a part in something to do with Logan Paul. If you don't know, that's okay, but do you have ideas on this of what you think might happen?
I do indeed.
You do? So what do you think might happen with that?
Since Seth and Logan Paul have been feuding...
Sorry, your hand's blocking your mouth. I can't hear you well.
Since Seth and Logan Paul have been feuding, I think that Seth Rollins will get involved with The Miz.
Oh, you think Seth will?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Like just come out and cut a promo or something like that?
No, like come out, and then...
Some kind of physical fight of some sort?
Yeah.
Okay.
And then maybe Miz will get involved and get Logan disqualified.
Oh, okay. Interesting. Okay. So, we're going to start with what I think might be night one. So, night one looks like you're probably going to have the men's showcase. That's 4 tag teams. That's Braun Strowman, Ricochet versus Street Profits versus Alpha Academy versus the Viking Raiders. Who do you think is going to win this match?
Braun and Ricochet.
Why do you think they're going to win?
Because they have an athletic guy who's pretty good.
Yeah, Ricochet is.
And they have a strong, big guy who's really good too.
True.
So I just think that they would probably win.
Okay. Next up, this one I think is kind of interesting. The Dominic versus Rey Mysterio Jr. match.
Rey Mysterio.
Rey Mysterio, and why do you think he's going to win?
Because he's the Hall of Famer.
That's true. He's going into the Hall of Fame tonight, I think. Yeah.
And that's why.
Okay. Do you think their feud is going to continue, maybe into WrestleMania Backlash or anything? Or do you think it's over after this weekend?
I think it's going to continue.
Okay.
It's going to continue for a while, actually.
Think so?
Yeah.
Interesting. Okay. Next up is Damage Control, which is Bayley, Io Sky, and Dakota Kai versus Becky Lynch, the Legends Trish Stratus, and the Legend Lita. Who you got?
I think Becky Lynch, Lita, and Trish Stratus. It's so hard.
I know. It's okay, though. We know who you're talking about. So you think they're going to win?
Yeah.
Okay. Why is that?
I don't know. I just think so. Because 2 of them are like Lita.
Lita and Trish? Yeah, they're the Legends.
Yeah, I think they're gonna win this is gonna be their last match. They're gonna win it.
Okay.
And I think after that, they're probably getting old where they need to retire.
Oh, okay.
Soon. So I think they should win their last match if it is. And I think it is.
Okay, interesting. So you don't think we'll see him down the line in any like women's Royal Rumbles or anything again?
No, not women's Royal Rumbles. Maybe in certain matches.
Okay. What about Seth Rollins versus Logan Paul? You just said a minute ago that Miz would cost Logan Paul the match. So you think Logan Paul's going to lose?
Yeah.
Interesting, because yesterday when we recorded this, even though the file got corrupted, you thought Logan Paul was going to win. So you've done a 180 in the last day. All right, so why is Logan Paul losing now?
Because I think that Seth Rollins is I don't know a way. I just think so.
You just think so? Interesting. Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, he's lost a lot in the last year and a half or so. Obviously last year at WrestleMania, he lost to Cody. He lost to Cody again, I believe, in the Hell in a Cell, even though Cody had one arm.
Cody every single time.
Yeah, he's just lost a lot for some reason. Yet, really, I could see them deciding tomorrow to give him a push and him winning the world titles again. So it's kind of wild. But maybe he loses here. The thing that's interesting is Logan Paul's contract is up. This is his final match. I did hear today online he wants another contract. He wants to keep wrestling. So we'll see. Maybe something gets announced and he re-signs with the WWE. Next up is Charlotte versus Rhea Ripley for the SmackDown Women's title.
Rhea Ripley.
Yeah, I could see that. Do you just think she's being booked strong now?
Yeah, she's strong. She's a little athletic.
Yeah.
Not so much. Well, Charlotte's just mostly athletic.
Okay. Charlotte's won the belt more than any other woman, though. She's been women's champion like 16 times.
I don't care.
Okay.
I think Rhea Ripley's going to win still.
Okay. All right. Next up, Austin Theory defending his U.S. title against John Cena.
John Cena.
John Cena, you think is going to win?
Yeah,
Okay.
because...
It doesn't faze you that he's a part-timer?
No.
Okay. You still think he's going to win and hold their title?
Yeah.
Okay. Do you think when does he lose it, in your opinion?
If he loses it to anyone, like anyone.
Mm-hmm. Now, who does he lose it to? When do you think he loses it?
I don't know.
You think he'll have it for a while?
Yeah, and then he'll lose it for a while.
Okay.
And then he'll lose it again in another match.
Interesting. All right, and then what I think should be the main event of night one, the Usos versus KO and Sami Zayn. Tag team titles, all four of them on the line.
Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens.
Who gets the pinfall?
Sami.
You think Sami's going to pin one of the Usos?
Sammy's going to pin Jay. They were like acting like brothers.
Yeah.
But really, Jay could handle it. He just decided not to do it. Right? Yeah.
He turned on him like 2-3 weeks ago.
Yeah.
Yeah. After he pretended to turn on Jimmy, got out of the ring, remember? And then him and Sami are standing there, and then he hit Sami and started beating him up.
Yeah,
super kick. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So that's what I think will be night one. I don't know if it'll be in that order or whatever, but I think that's night one. Night two, you have the women's showcase. That's 4 women's tag teams. That's Liv and Raquel, Natalya and Shotzi, Ronda and Shayna, and Chelsea and Sonya. So who do you think's going to win that match?
Keep forgetting the people.
Last night you said, I think you said Ronda. You either said, you said Ronda and Shayna.
Ronda and Shayna.
Okay, I think that's a solid choice. They are kind of being billed as the only real tag team here. They've been working together for a little bit. It makes sense. So I don't fault you there.
They're both pretty good.
Okay.
So that's why I say so. Even though Ronda lost it to Charlotte.
Yeah.
That was because it was right after a match.
Yeah, that was a little bit ago though now too. It wasn't recent. But yeah, I know what you're saying. Brock Lesnar and Omos. You seem excited about this match. Are you excited that you have a 7'6" Nigerian giant taking on Brock Lesnar? A guy who makes Brock Lesnar look small?
Yeah.
Yeah? Who do you think's winning this?
I still think Brock.
Yeah, you still think Brock's going to win?
Even though he was being, like, thrown out of the ring, I think they were setting it up for people to think that Brock would lose.
Yeah.
When really he wins.
I think so, too. Brock did a good job playing up that he was kind of intimidated. Because he didn't even look intimidated when he fought guys in the UFC were whooping his butt. Which most of the time Brock whooped everyone's butt, so it didn't matter. But.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. The Hell in a Cell, Edge versus Finn Balor. Who wins?
Edge.
Edge? Does this end the feud with the Judgment Day?
No.
No? You don't think so? You think they'll continue to feud after this?
Finn Balor will continue it
Oh,
all.
Man. I hope not. I hope this is the end of the feud. I'm tired of it. I'm ready for Edge to move on and have matches with other guys. You know, and I'm ready for the Judgment Day to move on too, because I feel like them being tied up with Edge and Rey Mysterio has kind of not necessarily held them back, but I think I'm ready for them to move on. So, all right, so you chose Edge. All right, the Intercontinental title match, Gunther versus Sheamus versus Drew McIntyre. Who you got?
Drew McIntyre.
Okay. And why? Do you think he's going to pin Gunther or Sheamus for that belt?
Sheamus.
So you think Gunther loses without being pinned?
Yeah, he's knocked out.
Well, whether he's knocked out or not, if he's knocked out, you just pin Gunther.
No, but he rolls out of the ring, and Sheamus
I
is still standing. Same with Drew, so Drew hits another Claymore.
So, like, Sheamus takes out Gunther, Gunther goes out of the ring, and then Drew hits the Claymore on Sheamus now.
Yeah.
And then pins him for the win.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Well, I'm cool with it. I like Drew McIntyre. I think he needs something to keep him going.
Yeah.
All right. The Raw Women's title match, Bianca Belair, the EST, versus Asuka with the brand new face paint. What you got? Who you got? Asuka? Okay. So you think Bianca's time is up, huh?
Yeah, she's had it for a while, too.
Okay. You know what? I would not be mad about that. In fact, in this match, I don't think you can go wrong with either one. I think it's a win-win no matter who wins.
Bianca's
She's awesome.
Good. Yeah, and Asuka is.
Yeah, Asuka's awesome. I agree.
Yeah.
All right. The moment we've all been waiting for.
Roman versus Cody?
The Tribal Chief. The head of the table.
Versus the American Nightmare.
Yeah, the American Nightmare. The legacy of Dusty Rhodes. Cody. Will he finish the dream? Will he finish what he started? Cody Rhodes. Will he finish the story?
Yes.
Okay. You think so? Here, sit up.
Y-E-S, always.
Why do you think Cody wins?
Because he had a torn pec, went away for a while, and now he's going to be the champ for a while.
Do you think so? You think he's going to have it for a long time? You think he's going to hold it until next year's WrestleMania?
Oh, that would be good.
Is Cody your favorite wrestler right now? All right, that's fair. You know what? I really like Cody. I liked him in AEW. I was one of the few people when people were booing him. I loved him. I've got a Cody hat. I've got Cody shirts. I've got a sticker on my wall from AEW that says "Do the Work" and it's got his logo for the O in the work.
He kept the box.
Yep, the box from his figures. Cody is the man. So I am with you there. So how does he win? This is the one I want to know. How do you think the match ends? Do you think he just beats Roman clean? Do you think the Usos get involved? What do you think happens here?
I think Usos get involved.
How so?
Because Roman will knock down the ref. After Usos will get involved, and then maybe Sami and Kevin Owens taking out the Usos and making the American Nightmare win clean.
Gotcha.
It's technically clean.
It's only clean if Roman or Cody do not get hit. Then it's clean. Otherwise, it's shenanigans. It's foobar.
I think Cody's getting hit, though.
You think Cody's going to get hit by the Usos? That's okay, and then he still wins.
Roman's not hit, though.
He overcomes the odds then. He does what Brock Lesnar couldn't do in that match where he lifted the ring. When Brock had to fight off the Usos, Austin Theory, and Roman Reigns, and just couldn't do it. It was too much. But you think in this match, Cody will do that?
Yeah.
He's going to look like the ultimate face and just destroy everybody. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so Cody Cutters for all.
Cody Cutter.
I love it.
And Crossroads.
Yeah, you think he's going to hit the Crossroads on everybody too?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Not crosswords and everybody.
Yeah. So last year's WrestleMania was pretty good. Do you think this one's going to be better than last year's?
A lot better.
Yeah. Be sure to hit that subscribe button if this is your first time here. We do Total Extreme Wrestling playthroughs, which is an awesome pro wrestling booking game. We talk about pro wrestling events, predictions, all sorts of good stuff. So if you want to hear more, again, hit subscribe, give us a like, let us know in the comments whether you agree with us, what your predictions are, what you would like to see. Maybe you think LA Knight and Stone Cold have an impromptu match. Would love to hear about it. So there you have it. There's my son's predictions. You got my predictions. Again, I hope Bobby Lashley does face Brian Cage. I don't think that's going to happen. I'm excited for this WrestleMania. I don't think I've been this excited about a WrestleMania in a long time. Last year's WrestleMania was amazing. So there's a lot to do if they want to overcome last year's. So I think this is going to be a pretty good one. I like the card. Again, they've got the typical matches that you go, throwaway matches, just throwing people together, you know, the showcase matches, for example. I don't like certain matchups like Brock versus Omos personally. You know, whatever. But I do like the women's matches, the singles matches for the titles. I do like all the premium one-on-one matches, you know, whether it's the world title match. I like the three-way match for the Intercontinental. So I think it's going to be a good show. And if they space them out properly and everything, it's going to be great from start to finish both nights. So with that, if this is your first time here, smash that subscribe button if you want to hear all of our wrestling predictions, or if you just want to see some of our Total Extreme Wrestling videos. Those I think are pretty good. A lot of people seem to like them. So if you want to see those, again, go watch those and give us a like, and we will see you guys in the next one.
Peace out.
Peace out.